A very good morning. Thanks for clicking on to the early edition of Hogan's European Outlook. It's Sunday, the 19th of June. Before I speak about the heat in Europe, I want to talk about the rainfall in northern India. We've seen remarkable amounts of rainfall fallen within, a multi-day period, and also even within a 24-hour period. And if I can get this pronunciation right, Monsun Ram in the North Highland region of India, which I believe is the wettest place on Earth, recorded in recent days over 1,000 millimeters of rainfall within a 24-hour period, which equates to 39 inches of rain. So just remarkable stuff. Multi-day rain, 48-hour rainfall, and even 72-hour rainfall, equating to 2.5 to 3,000 millimeters of rain. So even for what is considered the wettest part of the world, this is exceptional rainfall indeed, and very noteworthy indeed as well. I've been meaning to talk about this for a couple of days, but other weather stories have been grabbing the headlines, of course. Looking at the heat across the hemisphere at the moment, there is plenty of hotspots. And probably the primary hotspot globally at the moment is southwestern portions of Europe. You can see here, this is for yesterday, the 2 minute temperature anomaly across the hemisphere. There is plenty of areas of cool, may I add. California and up the west coast of the United States, as you can see here, parts of Canada, down through the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, northeast, eastern portions of Canada, cool. Even the northern half of the British Isles has, of course, been cool in the last 24 hours. Scandinavia and Ireland also, but of course, right around the north of Spain and southern France are a good swathe of France, in fact. A very, very different story indeed. So, of course, how warm has it been? Well, before we got to yesterday, we've seen temperatures in excess of 44.5 Celsius at Andajour in southern portions of Spain, which was actually only 0.7 Celsius off the June record for Spain overall. This is a tweet by Thierry Goose, as you can see here. And then as I skip up through to yesterday, we've seen some remarkable heat indeed. So Pissos, whatever way you want to pronounce that. Better be careful how I say that. 43.4 Celsius yesterday, which is only 0.1 Celsius below the all-time record for the southwest of France. Now, of course, I believe it was 2019. The new all-time French record was set. But what is impressive about yesterday's heat was the focus of heat being right down against the Atlantic coast, the Bay of Biscay, if you will. We've seen temperatures remarkable for for any time of the year, of course. And what I think is impressive about this, and like I say, I try my best to hone in on perspective as opposed to just giving you an agenda-driven opinion. But what is impressive about this is that this is typically heat that you would expect during the month of August. August being primarily the hottest portion of the year, and it is very impressive that we've seen this kind of temperature profile, this extremity of temperature so early in the summer season, of course. And I know plenty of people will jump on the whole climate change issue, and feel free to do that if you want. But certainly temperatures right up against the shoreline. I actually visited San Sebastian back in I believe it was February, and it was 20 Celsius, and actually with a little bit of breeze, it was kind of cool. But it was actually 42.8 Celsius yesterday, and that is right up against the shoreline. And we've seen plenty of other temperatures into the 41 to 42, even 43 Celsius. Biarritz, 42.9 9 Celsius yesterday afternoon. So the concentration of heat here, I'm assuming there was downsloping going on with the mountains, and then winds crossed over the top towards the coast, jacked up the temperature to remarkable levels. So, yep, let's be honest, certainly on mainland Europe, the heat has been noteworthy. There's no denying or getting away from that. Certainly for the UK, it hasn't been, extreme really by any stretch, to be honest. 36.7 Celsius was recorded in Paris as well. Look at the contrast. Look at the contrast yesterday between the UK and even the north of France, as you can see here. Let's have a quick look at the June 2-meter temperature anomaly chart here, and no surprise, northern portions of Iberia through the Pyrenees, southern portions of France, temperatures a good couple of degrees above the seasonal average for the month of June, and the UK actually still trying to cling on to an average temperature normally through the first 18 days of the month. Ireland, Northern Ireland, central portions of Scotland, you can see, is still average temperatures for the month overall. But of course, no getting away from the fact that Europe is warmer than normal by a long shot. Let's have a quick look at the Upper Earth profile here and what we've just seen over the last few days. Looking at the GFS ensemble here, so of course there's that area of low pressure that has been edging towards the Portuguese coast, and that of course has been helping force the core of the high into the north of Spain and into western and central portions of France, hence the temperatures upper 30s to low 40s. Of course, the saving grace, if you will, for the UK generally has been this deep area of low pressure that's passed to the north, forced a cold front southwards, and stopping this torrid heat from getting all the way up into the UK. Scotland missed out, highest temperature 23 Celsius, I think. It's actually getting quite late in the year actually for a temperature, a maximum yearly temperature of only 23 Celsius in Scotland. So we're now at the 19th of June, and the maximum for the year so far is only 23 degrees. I believe Northern Ireland might not even be that, but that is not particularly extreme or particularly warm by any stretch. Now, as you can see here, as we skip through the day on Saturday, the temperatures were coming down across the north, decidedly chilly actually, with gale force winds blowing across the north and across the north of Ireland as well. We've seen the frontal system sinking south. We've seen showers and thunderstorms, of course, developing along that boundary, southward moving, of course, and of course the heat underneath that was building over France and northern portions of Spain. This area of low pressure, of course, it's starting to bring fresher Atlantic air into the western portion of Iberia, shifting the core of the heat into the northeast highlands, southern and central France, as you can see here. Now, as we play through the next several days, we're going to continue to see that area of low pressure deepen over the Bay of Biscay, continuing to push fresher Atlantic air eastwards over Iberia into the areas of western and southern France where the temperatures have been so extreme, of course, of late. All the while, we've got this area of low pressure that across the top of the UK, now sinking south, down through the North Sea, bringing refreshing northerly winds across the British Isles, keeping temperatures subdued. Monday afternoon, very, very few places will reach 20 Celsius in the British Isles on Monday afternoon. Bear in mind, by that stage, it's the 20th of June. So that is cool. But remember what's been said, June forecast, summer forecast, focus on June being a back and forth battle between extreme heat trying to come north and Atlantic weather trying to move in from the west and cutting the heat and pushing it eastwards here. So that has been the continued mainstay, the theme of this month, and I will stick by that theme as we go forward, because we're going to see the temperatures coming back up. Middle portion of this week, we might get into the high 20s once again in parts of the southeast of England, for example. Area of high pressure over the Atlantic, fairly strong, topples its way in over the top of this trough over the Bay of Biscay, as you can see here. We start to see the fading out of that area of low pressure that's dropping south over the next 24 hours. But then if you notice here, we start to see the ridge split once again over the UK as we continue to press through the course of the upcoming week. Ridge of high pressure tries to kind of nose its way in, but you notice here we've got a trough to the north, trough to the south, and that is going to squeeze out the heights. So it's going to force the area of high pressure that tries to develop, tries to move in off the Atlantic, to collapse in place. Then as we move in through the final week of June, according to the GFS ensemble, a trough drops south over the UK, over Ireland, even down into Spain and France, where it's very, very hot at this very moment in time. So it looks as if we're going to see out the month of June on a back and forward note. And, it could actually end up being a fairly average month temperature-wise across the UK and across Ireland if this scenario plays out. So yeah, I do always appreciate, of course, the fact that you tune in, watch my videos. Please drop a comment. They all do get read. I might not necessarily reply to many of them, but I do certainly read them, and I appreciate your feedback. Please like, of course, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And I will hopefully be back again tomorrow with more. Bye for now.